How I once was charged with conspiracy to traffic cocaine. Let's get into it. So if you guys been following my story, you know that I was ultimately charged with murder in 1997. You follow my stories, you know some of the tales I've told. The reason behind these stories is kind of give you guys an insight on some of the things I've been through. Hopefully you can share these stories to people going through similar situations. You may have son, nephew, nieces, cousins, family members, friends, what have you, that could potentially gain something from these parables I put out here. And these are real life, true stories that I've encountered and I've overcome. I often say that favor ain't fair. And there's nothing that I've done, or I'm not sharing these stories to boast or brag of how smart I was or how witty I was when it came down to law enforcement and a life of crime. But I'm a firm believer that there's favor bestowed over my life that I can't even explain. And favor ain't fair. I have people who have been in situations less serious than myself and probably won't ever see the light of day. I have some people who done some things similar to the same things I've done and didn't make it out alive. But I'm fortunate enough to tell you my story today and how all this stuff transpired. So after going through the situation in 97, I kind of, cleaned up my act for the most part, found me a nice young lady, settled down with her. We were even, high school sweethearts, right? And ultimately, we ended up moving in together. Shortly thereafter, I found out she was pregnant with my son. So glorious time for my life. I had just overcome a life of the streets. I wasn't all the way out the woods, but I was far removed from the streets enough to say, hey, I'm a family man now, and I'm going on with my life like the right way. I've gotten a second chance at life. I've got a second chance at being a productive, upstanding citizen of society. And I took advantage of it. Went and took the Georgia Department of Corrections CO test. My hometown of Millersville, Georgia, at one point had 5 state prisons, the world's largest mental institution on this one big 100-acre campus. So I went and took the test and passed the test, and mind you, because I hadn't really gotten any trouble. I was up until this point, this is probably 1999. This is November 1999, a year removed from high school. I've just moved out on my own, me and my new girlfriend, and life is good. I just passed my correction test. Now I'm going on different interviews at different institutions, and I finally land at one institution, Men's State Prison in Millersville, Georgia. Men's State Prison was a old folks home, as people in the correctional world would call it. It was a camp where you had a lot of older inmates who had been in prison long before it was segregated, inmates who had been on death row and their sentence been converted to life sentences. You had a whole hospital dorm where pretty much hospital beds were there. I've seen blind inmates, inmate who tried to commit suicide and failed and his whole chin was blown off. I've seen deaf inmates. I've seen so many different, I'm like, how do you commit a crime? But nonetheless, it was a new era for me because I had never been to prison. I had never been behind that jail wall or been past booking at the Baldwin County Jail. So I had never seen the insights of a prison outside of visitation rooms visiting my brother. And it was exciting. It was something new. It was scary. Mind you, you're one officer in a dorm with 100 inmates. Now, mind you, Millersville had old style prisons. There wasn't any of these control rooms, these mechanical doors where you open up. No, everything was open dormitory. So it's just you in a room filled with bunk beds with 100 inmates, and all you got is a set of keys and a radio. Now I was street savvy. I come up in the streets. My brother had been to prison, so I had some know-how how to move amongst these element of people. Now, mind you, majority of these people were older inmates, so it wasn't a tough crowd, but they just had shut down Alto State Prison, Lee Arrendale State Prison in Georgia, and so they had moved a lot of those young inmates. For those who don't know, Lee Arrendale is a historical prison in the state of Georgia where they send a lot of the young inmates. I think they had a juvenile facility there at once, and you go from juvenile to the adult facility right there. My father even went to the Avondale, what they call Alto, back in the 70s. But the thing about it is, Alto was a notorious prison known for its violence. It was known for its young population, where they sent it was kind of like gladiator school. A known tactic that most people who went to Alto, they would come home and they would do with this thing called the Alto Shuffle, where they would pop their arms and do all this different stuff and bob and weave, and you can fuck around and get your ass knocked out, fucking with them Alto Shuffle type guys. But nonetheless, just kind of giving you a little backstory on the prison environment I was in. I went to a 4-week training facility down in Forsyth, Georgia, Georgia Public Safety Training Center, right there in Forsyth, off 75 in Georgia, right in the heart of the state. And they have a whole facility there where there's detectives, there's firefighters, there's sheriffs, there's police officers, there's probation officers, there's everybody in law enforcement goes there and gets some types of training. And it's the old Tiff College in Forsyth, Georgia, where they have dormitories. We actually lived on campus there for 4 weeks to go through training. And it's a semi-military, do a lot of marching, do a lot of this and that, but for the most part it's laid back. You go there, you get a quote-unquote CO training for 4 weeks. After your 4 weeks, you go back to your prospective prisons and start working your post. But upon being down there for Forsyth at Gypstick is what they call it, I ran into one of my old detectives from the streets that I had run-ins with in my, hustling days and my gang days, all this, my street shit, right? So he sees me and I'm in uniform, and he sees me and he's like he sees a ghost. And he sees me, he stops, and I'm like, it's a black officer. He looks at me, he walks up to me, Mr. King. How you doing, detective? What's going on, man? You're stepping on this side of the fence, huh? I said, yes, sir. Got a young family, got a fiance. I'm about to, have a son. I turned my life over, man. I ain't about that, ain't about that shit no more. You feel me? And he's like, okay, that's good to hear, Mr. King. That's good to hear. And I've been knowing you a long time. Now, mind you, this detective was once a lifeguard at the local pool in Milledgeville, so he's been kind of policing me up until this point my whole life, right? From stop running at the pool to making me sit out of the pool on time. He stayed on my ass, right? And he later become, the deputy, get promoted to detective. And that's what he basically was up there doing some additional training as he was moving up in the ranks at the Baldwin County Sheriff's Department. Before he left, he said, Mr. King, I want to tell you one thing. Don't straddle the fence, young man. If you're on this side, stay on this side. If you want to go on this side, stay out there on this side. Don't blur the line. You can have a lifelong career in this. You can, retire, make sure you take care of your family. But good luck to you. We shook hands, parted ways. Right? So I later go on to graduate, go on to my post, and life is good. Like I say, this is November 99. Christmas Eve 99, I proposed to my high school sweetheart. I take her out to my grandmother's grave. I'm fresh off of work. I got off at 10 p.m. at Men's State Prison. I got my uniform on. I went to Freeman's Jewelry in Hatcher Square Mall and got me a little count. It was a half-carat diamond ring with some little big baguettes on the side. I think the ring was like $500-600. Took her out to my grandmother's grave at Westview Cemetery out in West End and proposed to her. Life was good. I was about to have a son. I had just proposed to, my high school sweetheart. And for the first time in many, many years, and I don't know how long, both of my brothers were out of prison at the same time. So it's Christmas Eve, so we all go to my mom's house, and I got my CO uniform on. I walk up in there. Now, mind you, my brothers are career criminals. These guys are some real deal gangsters. You heard about them in the story, and they go on into this story as well. But they some real deal gangsters. Matter of fact, that Christmas Eve, they had just beat the shit out of my aunt's husband at the time at her house, and it was crazy. Telling you, my two brothers. One's my cousin, but he's my brother. Mean and Dirt. That was food, man. So Christmas Eve was wild. We got pictures. That was probably up until that moment. That was one of the last times that both of them cats was out of prison at the same time. Because either one will be locked up and the other one will be out. But the other one be locked up and the other one be out. Or both of them locked up. And that's how it had been up until that moment. And so, Christmas Eve, we have a party, we sit down, boom, boom, boom. Life goes on. So, next couple months, I'm getting into my job. I'm actually making strides. I got one of my childhood friends who's actually my sergeant. He's my supervisor, so he's giving me a little tough love, keeping me in line. I had got me a brand new, I ain't gonna say brand new, but I had got me a LS Brougham 87 Caprice with the half cut top, maroon crushed velvet seats, bucket seats, power windows, power seats, clean black with the maroon stripe down the side, just like my goddamn seats. It was, I'm not cold. One of the cleanest Caprices that ever come to Millersville. You know what I mean? Argue with your mom, right? If you know, you know. So I was off. It was February 21st, 2000. So it was my first day off, right? So the night before, and I get off of work, and when you wore that uniform in Millersville, and you pull up at, you pull up at a gas station, or you pull up at the grocery store, you go to Walmart, you go anywhere, you got that uniform on. It gave you a sense of authority in a sense. So it gave you a sense of pride. And you could even revere it. You could feel it coming from the people that seen you. They would often be extra friendly because you were law enforcement, so to speak. You work at the prison, and lo and behold, people thought you made big money, but I wasn't making shit at that prison. I think I was making $600 every 2 weeks when I first started there. So it wasn't the money. But 2000, time was different, but it wasn't no whole bunch of money. But nonetheless, I get off on February the 20th, and they're having my buddy of mine. He's had these crazy parties every man. He stayed over by the fire department right there on Wilson Street, and he had this college party. It was deep in there, man. I'm talking about college girls. I'm still young. I'm like 19. I'm like 19 years old, so I'm like, I'm still young. I'm still I'm playing. I'm still being a little player at the time, even though I'm about to get married, or at least engaged to get married. And so I'm going into I'm stop by, a little party on my way home. So I stopped by and go there. Some of my buddies was there, and my college girls, they're freshmen in there, because school has kind of like recently came back, the holiday break, and they were having a party, man. It was deep in there. So we ended up partying, right? We sitting there chopping it up with these sorority girls. And they're sitting on the sofa, and I'm sitting on the arm of the sofa, and they're asking me about the job, and asking me about, how is it working with inmates? They're intrigued by it, And next thing you know, you just hear boom, 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 right? And it's like everybody started, it was like the ground opened up, and everybody that was in that living room, music blasting, everybody partying, everybody jamming, drinks everywhere. And it's like the ground opened up, and the whole floorboard in that duplex living room caved in. And you got hundreds of college kids falling down in the motherfucking bowels of this hole. Right? And we're on the sofa, so we didn't go in the hole, but we went almost in. I got a big cup of hunch punch, and I fall on the sorority girls and waste hunch punch all over them. Right? All over. So finally, they're trying to get everybody out. It's crazy. It's like pure pandemonium. People are trying to get out the house. People are trying to get out the hole. Some people are even crawling under the house, out from under the house, going outside. Like, it was a fucking mess, bro. It's fucking pure mess. So we get outside. I see my sorority girls. I see my partners. They with them. We kind of gather together. I'm like, y'all fine, y'all good, like, we're good. And this girl had on this pink and green coat with all white pants, and I had wasted a whole hunch punch all over her pants. So and she was bad too, bad. So I'm overly apologetic. I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do to, whatever, you wasted, then we kind of make jokes out of it, whatever, we make fun. So what we did was, they said, well, you're going to have to make it up to us, because you ruined my girl pants. We're having a cookout tomorrow, and we want you to come cook for us. Bet, say less. You know what I mean? I got some goddamn sorority girls. They want me to come to their apartment and cook for them tomorrow. Tomorrow is my first day off. You feel me? So boom, I'm finna, I'm finna go turn, I'm finna go have me a good time, right? So the next day comes, I get up. My fiance at the time, she was still early in the break, so she was still working. She goes to work. I got them get up, clean up, freshen up, go to the barber shop, get my hair cut, go to the goddamn car wash. Not only do I get my car washed, not only do I get my car waxed, but I also get my car polished. That black was shining like motherfucking new money. You hear me? I'm talking about like new money. Them white walls on that thing was so motherfucking glistening. Dawg, I'm talking about that thing clean. So boom, I leave the goddamn car wash. Shout out to my boy Rod the Sample. Used to be down there by Khan's stove on the south side, by Southside McDonald's. Clean me up good, right? So I leave and I go by because I got on some motherfucking cargo joggers. That when they first come out, them cargo joggers that first came, I got some cargo joggers and I got on my white beater. So I stopped by Hibbett Sport, get me an Atlanta Falcons shirt, brand new, crisp, clean. You feel me? The girls want me to be there by 3 o'clock. You feel what I'm saying? 2, 3 o'clock. So I say, shit, me, being a country boy, I already know how it is when you're cooking on that grill, right? You ain't gonna develop no type of appetite, but you gonna be right there by the grill. Y'all cookers, y'all grill masters, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So I go by Subway, get him up, $5 foot long. So I can go ahead and eat. That way when I get there, I'm good, I get me a little drink. No, do my thing, right? So I stop by Subway, I better go get that fresh Falcon shirt. Stop by Subway. So I'm just flipping, really killing time. So I get my sub. So I head toward the south side of town, southwest side of town. I go to AOD. I go through Harrisburg. I flipped out to AOD because I got to go to the girls who stay behind the mall, the Pine Knoll Apartments over there. That's where they stand. So I stop at the store on AMD, Sunshine Store. Hang out at the store, nigga hustling out there. And see, this is the part where, I can't seem to let go of the elements of the streets, right? I'm a correction officer. I got a pregnant fiance at the crib, right? I got a new life ahead of me, right? I got a son on the way, right? But at the same time, I want to show the niggas from the hood that, hey, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I ain't on the block no more. I'm the CEO, you know what I mean? Look at the car. I'm pulling up to be clean, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm finna go holler these goddamn badass motherfucking sorority girls, yada yada this, yada yada that. So I hop out, what up, boy? We'll go at the car clean, I'm clean, looking good, feeling good, smelling good. So one of my partners, he really ain't my partner, more close to his brothers, right? He called, he said, hey man, give me a ride, man, drop me off at goddamn on such and such house. I said, shit, bro, man, I'm finna eat my goddamn sandwich, I got something to do, man, I really ain't got time. He like, man, come on, man, just take me right down the goddamn road, man. And in my gut, y'all, in my gut, everything in my goddamn mind, everything in my heart, everything in my body, telling me to tell this nigga to kick rocks. But I'm still a little green. This nigga got a little authority in the community. The nigga a big wheel, as you say, you know what I mean? And of course, I want to, make an impression on him. For the most part, I've been knowing him all my life, but this is the first time that he really has asked me to do something for him. And this guy was the man in Milledgeville. I'm talking about the top dog. And like I say, some people think Milledgeville is Mayberry, but man, I'm here to tell you it's so far from Mayberry. And it ain't been Mayberry in quite some time, right? So ultimately I said, all right, man, let me eat my sandwich, right? And then I'll take it. Because I still got a little time before I got to be over here with my sorority cheese, right? So I eat my sandwich, we sit there, chop it up, I eat my sandwich. And I said, all right, man, come on, let me go and drop you out so I can get the fuck on. I got shit to do. So he hops in the car with me. We head toward Harrisburg going from AMD. Head down across the bypass, going on past Roy Stowe, past Martin GA. We get all the way up there to AMD and 441 right there by old Midway Light right there. Ain't that right there, right? head down toward goddamn ODC. We go down ODC, we pull in the partner yard, and goddamn, he said, all right, man, I sure appreciate you, boy. I sure appreciate you. I said, no problem, man. We good. So as he getting out the car, it's a white Cadillac. Goddamn, cruising down the street. And my shit phone. Knocking the bitch. So he leaning to the side, he got motherfucking shades on, and he just leaning, looking over his right shoulder, looking at us. And we ain't paying no mind, you know what I mean? Like, that motherfucker leaning like a motherfucker, ain't it? My boy said, we kind of made a joke out of it. Hell yeah. He said, yeah, man, I'm gonna holler at you, man. I appreciate you, dog. So he hauls ass, right? So boom, as I'm bagging out the goddamn driveway, he come off around the back of the house. He went in the front door, he come off around the back of the house. He's like, hey, man, this nigga ain't even him, man. I give you $100, man. Just take me back to the store, man. I'm like, fuck, man. God damn, man. I'm finna go, man. But look, I got to go back past the store anyway, right? So I'm like, shit, might as well take. They ain't even give me $100. But at that point, when he said he gonna give me $100, I knew there was some bullshit going on. You know, my street intuition kicked in, man. This is bullshit, man. This nigga over here picking up some motherfucking work. But of course, I'm from the street. Of course, I done traffic it dope. I done did this shit before. I done did this shit several times and never got caught. You feel what I'm saying? So of course, if I can make a quick $100, drop this nigga off and go here with these hoes, shit, that ain't nothing. That's just like a simple play, right? Shit, we get up there to the top of the stop sign by Liberty Down, and I see my boy Skullhead, OG from Harrisburg, man, talk plenty motherfucking shit, right? He called, hey, YK, hey man, give me a ride to Harrisburg. So he across the street, the white Cadillac in front of him. So I'm like, man, bring your ass on, man. I'm already got them, giving motherfuckers rides, so I might as well, you know what I mean? Not even thinking, man. Not even motherfucking thinking. So Skullhead come across the street, and by then, ball kind of shad pull up behind me. Hit the lights. I said, man, you straight? I'm telling him I got this. Yeah, man, I'm straight. I ain't got a goddamn guy. Confident, strong. Ain't no way if he had something, he'd let me know, right? That's what I'm thinking. Police get out, police, license, registration, yada yada. What you pull me over for? You know what I mean? So what I did was when he said after license registration, I slid in my goddamn Georgia Department of Correction ID too. So I gave him a driver's license, my Georgia Department of Correction ID, you know what I mean, and my insurance card. Hopefully he'll be like, oh, he police too. I'm gonna give him a little slack, I'm gonna give him a little break. You feel? So goddamn, he go to the car, and then he'll send the car. He's like, good man, like, yeah, I'm good, man. These folks ain't talking about shit. So at that time, then when Georgia had first really implemented the click of the ticket law. So basically he said we ain't have no seatbelt. So he come back with a ticket, and I signed the ticket. And he said, all right, y'all got any guns or drugs in the car? I'm like, man, hell no. What you talking about? I got shit, man. I'm a correction officer, man. I don't deal with you. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, you mind if I search? I said, fuck no, you can't search my car. Now I'm standing outside the car talking like it. Like, no, you can't search my car, man. I know my rights. I ain't did nothing wrong. You got me for seatbelt. That don't give you proper call to search my car. You feel what I'm saying? So me and him going back and forth. He using the fact that I'm a law enforcement peace officer. He using that to get with me. A peace officer, you should be obligated. I still got rights. We doing this and we doing that. So finally, a 10, 15 minute, back and forth. And now mind you, Skullhead is still standing right there by the stop sign. The white Cadillac still sitting there too, right? So goddamn, I said, man, fuck it, search the car. When I said, as soon as I said that, my partner in the passenger side jumped out the car and started goddamn running.